Lil Durk's world just got even more chaotic. New reports reveal shocking details about his inner circle that are sending ripples through the hip-hop community. Sources claim that members of OTF Durk's own crew used company resources in ways that could have serious legal consequences. Allegedly, Durk's manager is being accused of paying for flights for individuals involved in violent crimes using OTF credit cards. Yes, you read that right. Flights for killers, reportedly covered by the very same financial channels meant to manage the crew's business operations. This revelation paints a much darker picture of what's happening behind the scenes, far beyond the music and the public persona fans see. The situation escalated further as law enforcement reportedly conducted a raid on Durk's properties, investigating potential links between these financial transactions and criminal activity. Authorities are digging deep, examining whether the funds were knowingly misused to support violent acts. If proven true, this could place not only Durk, but also his management and associates under serious legal scrutiny. While Lil Durk himself hasn't been officially charged in connection with these flights, the spotlight on his inner circle raises questions about accountability, influence, and the responsibilities of those running a high-profile music empire. Fans and industry insiders are now debating what this means for Durk's reputation, his career, and the future of OTF. The story is more than just another celebrity controversy, it's a glimpse into how fame, money, and power intersect in ways that can spiral out of control. Every move is under scrutiny, and the stakes have never been higher. As authorities continue their investigation, one thing is clear: Lil Durk's narrative is shifting, and the consequences of his team's actions could redefine his legacy. The world of hip-hop is no stranger to controversy, but what's unfolding around Lil Durk and his OTF crew might be one of the most shocking chapters yet. Reports are surfacing that could change everything fans thought they knew about the Chicago rapper, his team, and the inner workings of one of the most influential collectives in rap today. At the center of this storm is a revelation that Durk's manager allegedly used OTF's resources, specifically company credit cards, to pay for flights for individuals tied to violent crimes. This is not a minor slip-up. According to sources close to the investigation, these transactions may have enabled serious criminal activity, including planned attacks and ongoing disputes with rival crews. To understand the magnitude of this situation, it's important to recognize what OTF represents. Only the Family, or OTF, is more than a music group. It's a tight-knit network with deep connections in Chicago and beyond. Over the years, OTF has become synonymous with Lil Durk's rise, his influence in the streets, and his empire in the music industry. For years, fans and insiders alike have celebrated Durk not just for his music, but for the loyalty he commands among his associates. But loyalty has its costs, and when financial resources meant for legitimate business operations are allegedly diverted to fund criminal activity, it creates a legal and moral minefield that could have repercussions for everyone involved. According to sources familiar with the ongoing federal investigation, law enforcement officials have been digging into bank records, transaction histories, and flight itineraries linked to OTF credit cards. Allegedly, these funds were used to pay for airfare for individuals who were later involved in violent incidents. While it remains unclear whether Lil Durk personally authorized these payments, the fact that the transactions occurred under the management of his inner circle enough to draw federal attention. Investigators reportedly raided properties connected to Durk and his team, collecting evidence that could potentially link financial activities to violent crimes. These raids are part of a broader effort to examine whether the financial network surrounding OTF has been knowingly or unknowingly supporting illegal acts. The implications of these developments are enormous. For one, the legal exposure for Durk's management team is significant. Using company funds to pay for anything related to criminal activity, even indirectly, can result in serious charges ranging from conspiracy to aiding and abetting violent acts. For Durk himself, while there's no official confirmation of direct involvement, the public perception of his leadership and decision-making is already under attack. Fans, rivals, and industry insiders are watching closely, analyzing every move, every statement, and every social media post for signs of guilt, innocence, or even negligence. Beyond the legal ramifications, this story raises questions about trust, loyalty, and accountability within the hip-hop industry. OTF has always been portrayed as a brotherhood, a family, and a support system for those connected to Durk. But when loyalty crosses the line into illegal activity, or even perceived to do so, the very foundation of that family can be shaken. How do you balance supporting your team while ensuring that their actions do not bring down the entire group? How does a high-profile artist navigate the blurred lines between street credibility and legal responsibility? These are questions that Lil Durk, his team, and other artists in similar positions may soon have to answer. The timing of these revelations is also significant. Lil Durk has been riding high in the music world, with his songs topping charts, collaborations with major artists, and a growing influence in mainstream media. But fame and scrutiny often go hand in hand. While fans may have focused on his music, the streets and the courts are watching the management behind the scenes. Allegations like these serve as a reminder that even the most successful artists can face consequences for the actions of those closest to them. The question now is whether Durk can maintain control of his empire while distancing himself from the alleged misdeeds of his management team. Industry analysts are also weighing in, noting that the potential fallout could have ripple effects beyond OTF. If federal investigators uncover evidence linking financial transactions to criminal activities, it could embolden authorities to scrutinize other artists and crews who operate in similar environments. The hip-hop community, which often walks a fine line between entertainment and street credibility, may be forced to confront uncomfortable truths about the business side of loyalty and influence. For Lil Durk, this is a pivotal moment. The decisions made now could define not just his career, but the legacy of OTF as a collective. As details continue to emerge, one thing is clear: the story of Lil Durk, OTF, and the alleged misuse of company funds is far from over. Every new piece of information adds another layer of complexity, raising stakes for everyone involved. For fans, it's a shocking glimpse behind the scenes of a world that often seems glamorous from the outside, but is fraught with danger, responsibility, and legal peril on the inside. For authorities, it's an opportunity to hold individuals accountable and investigate the ways financial power can intersect with street-level violence. While speculation runs rampant, the only thing that is certain is that this story is evolving. Lil Durk's empire, built on talent, loyalty, and hard work, now faces challenges that could reshape everything. As the investigation unfolds, the public will be watching closely, analyzing every move and every statement from the rapper and his team. Social media will buzz, news outlets will report, and fans will debate whether loyalty to a crew is worth the risk when it comes at the cost of legal and personal safety. In the end, the saga of Lil Durk and OTF serves as a cautionary tale about power, influence, and responsibility. It's a reminder that even in the world of hip-hop, where street credibility and fame often collide, actions have consequences. Whether Durk can navigate these treacherous waters and protect his legacy remains to be seen. But one thing is undeniable: the story of OTF, the alleged misuse of credit cards, and the federal raids will be talked about for years to come. As the federal investigation into Lil Durk's OTF crew deepens, new layers of the story are emerging that paint a far more complicated picture of the rapper's inner circle. Sources claim that the alleged misuse of OTF credit cards was not a one-off mistake or isolated incident. It could represent a systemic issue within the management team. Investigators are reportedly combing through months of financial records, tracing payments made for flights, hotel bookings, and other travel expenses that may have facilitated movement for individuals involved in violent acts. The mere fact that these transactions can be linked to OTF credit cards has thrown the group into the spotlight, raising questions about oversight, accountability, and the true extent of their operations beyond music. The flights in question are particularly controversial. Allegedly, some of the individuals whose travel was funded by the OTF accounts had direct ties to rival crews and violent conflicts in Chicago and beyond. While it remains unclear whether Lil Durk personally approved these expenditures, the optics are damaging. The investigation reportedly focuses on whether these flights were intended to transport people for concerts, legitimate business, or something far more sinister. Federal authorities are looking into communications between the management team and these individuals, analyzing emails, phone records, and even social media posts that could indicate knowledge of planned criminal activity. Every detail matters, and investigators seem determined to connect the financial dots. Beyond the flights, the raid on Durk's properties has revealed other points of interest to authorities. Law enforcement sources claim that multiple OTF homes and offices were searched, with agents seizing computers, phones, and documents that may contain crucial evidence. These raids are part of a broader strategy to uncover the extent of financial mismanagement or potentially criminal collaboration within the organization. For fans, this is eye-opening. While OTF has long been seen as a tight-knit family supporting Durk's career, the alleged misuse of resources exposes vulnerabilities that could affect the entire group. Every transaction, every decision, and every connection is now under scrutiny. The implications go beyond just legal consequences. In the hip-hop community, reputation is everything. Lil Durk's credibility has been built not only on his music, but on the loyalty and cohesion of OTF. Allegations like these threaten to fracture that image, creating tension between members, fans, and even collaborators. Social media has already exploded with speculation, memes, and heated debates. Some fans defend Durk, arguing he may not have had direct involvement in the flights or financial decisions. Others are more skeptical, questioning how someone in his position could remain unaware of potentially illegal activity within his own management team. Industry insiders are also warning of a larger ripple effect. If federal authorities find evidence that OTF funds were knowingly used to support criminal activity, it could set a precedent for how similar cases are handled in the future. Other crews and artists with deep connections to street-level networks may face increased scrutiny. The story highlights a key tension in hip-hop culture, balancing street credibility and loyalty to one's team with the realities of business and law. For an artist like Lil Durk, whose success is closely tied to both his music and his reputation on the streets, the stakes could not be higher. The drama surrounding OTF also exposes the complexity of managing a high-profile rap collective. Credit cards, flights, and financial resources are essential tools for running tour, promoting music, and maintaining an image of success. But without proper oversight, they can also become liabilities. According to sources familiar with the investigation, some members of Durk's team may have overstepped boundaries, believing they were acting in the group's best interest while unintentionally or intentionally creating exposure to criminal liability. These blurred lines between legitimate business activity and potential criminal facilitation are exactly what federal authorities are investigating. Amidst all this, Lil Durk continues to release music, post on social media, and maintain his public persona. But behind the scenes, the pressure is mounting. Friends, collaborators, and fans are waiting for answers. Will Durk address the allegations directly? Will members of his management face charges? And most importantly, how will this affect the trajectory of OTF as a collective? Every day brings new rumors, new speculation, and new developments that could drastically alter the narrative. At the heart of the story is a cautionary tale about power, influence, and responsibility. Even the most successful artists must navigate the challenges of leadership, loyalty, and oversight. In Durk's case, the alleged misuse of company funds underscores how quickly fame and influence can become double-edged swords. The question now is whether the rapper and his team can weather the storm without severe legal or reputational consequences. Fans, industry insiders, and authorities alike are watching closely, knowing that the outcome could reshape the landscape of Chicago hip-hop and beyond. As the investigation continues, the saga of Lil Durk and OTF serves as a dramatic reminder. In the world of music, loyalty and family ties can collide with legal realities in ways that are both unexpected and unforgiving. Every move matters, every transaction is scrutinized, and every decision could define the next chapter of one of hip-hop's most influential figures. For Lil Durk, this story is far from over, and the coming weeks may prove to be some of the most consequential of his career. As the investigation into Lil Durk and his OTF crew continues, the stakes are higher than ever. Federal authorities are reportedly following every lead, analyzing financial records, travel logs, and communications to determine whether the alleged misuse of OTF credit cards facilitated criminal activity. While Lil Durk himself has not been officially charged, the scrutiny on his team has put the rapper in a difficult position, forcing him to navigate public perception, legal questions, and loyalty to his crew all at once. The fallout from these allegations extends beyond the legal realm. Within the hip-hop community, rumors and speculation are spreading rapidly. Fans and industry insiders alike are debating the implications of the raids and the alleged misuse of resources. Questions are being raised. Did Durk know about these flights? Was the management team acting independently? Or was there coordination at the top? Each question adds another layer of intrigue, fueling a narrative that is both sensational and serious. Social media has become a hotbed for theories, memes, and commentary, with every new update further shaping public opinion. Beyond the immediate drama, this situation highlights a larger issue in the world of hip-hop: the delicate balance between street credibility, loyalty, and legal responsibility. OTF has long been celebrated as a family, a crew that stands together through every struggle. But when the actions of a few members can potentially expose the entire group to federal scrutiny, loyalty becomes a double-edged sword. The decisions made in the coming weeks will not only impact Durk's career, but could also redefine the future of OTF as a collective. Despite the chaos, Lil Durk continues to focus on his music and public image, but the pressure is undeniable. The investigation serves as a stark reminder that fame and influence carry responsibility, and the consequences of missteps, intentional or not, can be severe. Every action of the management team, every transaction, and every connection is now under a microscope. For Durk, the challenge is clear: maintain control, protect his legacy, and navigate one of the most complicated chapters in his career. As authorities continue their work and the story unfolds, one thing is certain: the saga of Lil Durk, OTF, and the alleged misuse of resources is far from over. Fans, critics, and the hip-hop world at large will be watching closely, waiting to see how this drama plays out. What happens next could define not only Durk's future, but also the narrative surrounding one of the most influential rap collectives in recent history. If you want to stay on top of every shocking update from Lil Durk, OTF, and the world of hip-hop, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for Rapscope X. We break down the stories behind the headlines, exposing the truth that the mainstream won't always show you. From behind-the-scenes drama to street-level conflicts, from exclusive updates to viral controversies, Rapscope X is your go-to source for the real story. Don't forget to like this video if you're following the Lil Durk saga, and share your thoughts in the comments. We want to know what you think about the alleged OTF credit card scandal and the federal raids. Every opinion matters in this discussion. Stay connected, stay informed, and stay ready, because at Rapscope X, we bring you the truth from the streets straight to your screen. Hit that subscribe now and join the conversation.